What's up, everybody? Welcome to Among the Fence. My name is Aaron. It is time for New Music Friday. Going to be taking a look at some of the new releases coming out throughout the week of June 21st to give you my thoughts and opinions on what I think we can expect from some of these releases. And as always, if I miss something that you guys are looking forward to, leave a comment below letting me know what it is. And also, while you're down there, let me know what you want me to review next. And if you enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a like. It helps so much with YouTube's algorithm. And if you want to support me even further than that, please feel free to subscribe and ring the bell icon. But moving on now, let's talk about some new music. Wage War is releasing their new album titled Stigma. We already know that this band has basically completely walked away from their old sound that so many people fell in love with, and now they're doing this new thing that so many people don't really like all that much. I mean, a lot of the old fans completely hate it, but it has gotten them a lot more radio play, and it's gotten them a lot more out into the mainstream and a lot more fans overall. I mean, it's very generic metalcore, but I feel like it's pretty decent. However, I feel like this album could be the most blandest, boring one of them all, and that's just based off of the singles. So who really knows what the other 7 songs that this album holds could possibly be. But if it's anything like the single that they released titled Magnetic, it's not going to be good. We also get a new album from The Story So Far titled I Want to Disappear. It has been a minute since I've been this excited for a new pop punk album. It's also been 6 years since The Story So Far has released in a new record. And again, going off of the singles, I feel like this one is going to be an absolute banger. Proper Dose was near perfect as far as pop punk music goes. And it's going to be really hard to follow that up. And it's probably why it's taken so long for this new album to come out. But if anybody could do it, these guys can. We also get a new album from Foreign Hands titled What's Left Unsaid. This is kind of a newer band. I don't know. They have quite a bit of listens on Spotify, but they don't have an album out yet. And they're very similar to Knock Loose in terms of their hardcore style, and also the vocals not quite as screechy, I guess you could say. But the guitar tones are just so freaking good. They're not as heavy as Knock Loose in terms of the guitar. I feel like they're not down-tuned as much, or there's not as much of a punchy bass to them, not as much mids. But this album, I feel like, is still going to hit super hard. The breakdowns in this are so good, and the atmosphere that this band creates is so dark and thick with emotion. Definitely check them out if you haven't yet. We also have a new album from The Used titled Medz. This is a B-side and deluxe album, and admittedly, I haven't really been into this band outside of like their first 3 records, so I've kind of lost touch with where they're at now. But I feel like when I listen to like their newer stuff, I feel like they're making more anthem-y emo rock, if that's really even a thing. They still kind of have that old school flair that they had on their earlier stuff. The same kind of like cool melodies and the same, I don't know, the same riffs, I suppose you could say. But as far as lyrics go, I feel like they just don't really hit. It's not really my thing anymore, but I mean, I hope it's still good. Also, I don't really know where to plug this in at, but there is a live Audiotree release of the Callous Daoboys. I know a lot of people are going to be very interested in that. Hopefully, you get a chance to listen to. I don't know if it's going to be a big announcement or anything like that, but yeah, just so you guys know, the Callous Daoboys are releasing new live stuff on the Audiotree. We get a new single from Speed titled Don't Need. This band has been absolutely killing it in the hardcore scene lately. The riffs and song structures that they create are absolutely amazing, and to me they stand out so much. They haven't released a LP yet, but I feel like if and when they do, it's going to be a strong album of the year contender for sure. We also have a new single from Movements titled Afraid to Die. Their last album was okay. It had some decent groovy moments, but it didn't really offer much originality. But this band, much like Wage War, is totally capable of standing out if they really try to. My only hope is that they do something to stand out, but it's a single, so I don't know. I'm not much of a singles kind of guy, but just because it's usually just radio play stuff. Even the bands that are more creative and more obscure when they release singles. It's usually not my favorite. It's very rarely, just because it's meant to capture a wide audience and not really be as creative as they possibly could be. So I don't really expect that from this band. But I mean, hopefully if we get a new album, maybe it'll have some cooler stuff on it. We also have a new single from 4 Year Strong titled Aftermath, Afterthoughts. The Kings of Easycore are back. Someone said on one of my past New Music Friday videos that 4 Year Strong just holds the crown because they do every single thing right. I have a hard time finding any fault or flaw within this band's music, especially lately. I just want the new album already, though. I mean, it's been 4 years since they released Brain Pain, which was still to this day one of my favorite albums, which is way too long. We also get a new single from Upon a Burning Body titled Skate or Die. I don't really know what this band is doing anymore. I was absolutely digging the groove / thrash metal phase, but I guess it was just a phase. Their last single was very, very octane core. I was not into it. Their last album, Fury, it wasn't the best thing I ever heard, but it showed a lot of promise, and they just threw it all away. And as I'm a skateboarder at heart, it was like the main thing that I did when I was a kid. I still have and collect puffy skate shoes, one of my favorite things. I still have a skateboard. I still, from time to time, skate when the weather down here permits, as in it's not like 100 degrees. And even I am turned off by this song title. I'm not really into it. I don't know. The music that this band creates doesn't even fit the name of the band anymore. Upon a Burning Body. If you listen to their last single, you're like, it just sounds like you clicked on the wrong song on accident and you're listening to Wage War instead. So yeah, I don't know. I really hope that this band does go back to having a little bit of groove within their music, I guess, instead of sounding like everything else you hear on the radio. But it's going to be very unlikely, especially within the singles. And that is it for New Music Friday. Like I said before, if there's anything that I missed that you're looking forward to, leave a comment below, letting me and everybody else know what it is. And also let me know what you want me to review next. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a like. It helps out so much with YouTube's algorithm. And also don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell icon. That way you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And just thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to listen to me sit here and talk about music. So glad I'm able to bring this to you guys every week. And those of you who keep coming back, thank you so much for being loyal. I don't know. Just thank you guys so much for making this very enjoyable for me and having a good and strong, fun community to talk about new music with. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day or night whenever you have me watching this. And I will talk to you guys next time.